Hey guys, welcome to episode 19. In this week's episode, we're going to be talking about the Spike Lee and Knicks controversy, the Houston Rockets for the rest of the season, the Miami Heat and Milwaukee Bucks matchup this past week, and we're going to be talking about the future of the NBA.
Man, why they gotta do my boy Spike like that?
Alright guys, episode 19. So let's start it off.
Bro.
The New York Knicks fuck up again.
No, I mean, like what? Like, okay,
They decided we've done every mistake we can on the court and in the front office that we need to start with the fans.
Yeah, so like, let's get our freaking human mascot and treat him like shit.
Let's get the guy that, probably the only person that exists, that supported us for the past, how long has he been going to the games?
Wait, he said like what, 20
20
like,
years?
Like 20 plus years?
The one guy that has actually been a Knicks fan for 20 years consistently, and they're like, oh, you know what? You can't come to the game anymore.
Yeah, it's like the biggest like fuck you to a fan.
Dude.
It's like, okay, my thing is this, like, he's spending all that money, and he said,
Do you know how much money
no, like
he spent it
like
in total?
10 million.
$10 million in season tickets.
Like 10 million in season tickets, and how do they not know who Spike Lee is? That's my thing. It's like you should know who this guy is. It's not like some random dude who walks into the arena trying to get in. No, like he's been going there for 20 plus
Dude,
years.
what I heard was that they asked him to... Apparently, they told him that he has to use the fan entrance and not like the VIP entrance or whatever, which is apparently the one he always used.
Mm.
But Spike Lee says that why would they do that at the game? Like, why would they say that at the game? He says that they didn't contact him. They didn't send him an email. They didn't call him. They didn't warn him or anything. So they formed this huge show.
Uh-huh.
And then the Knicks, after like all this stuff broke out, and I think it was the day that, because fucking Spike Lee went on First Take
Yeah.
and started bitching about it and everything. I think the Knicks responded to him and said, "Oh, it's very." I think these weren't their exact words, but
Like paraphrasing. Yeah.
paraphrasing. It's very disheartening seeing that Spike Lee would say all this stuff just to form drama. Bro, I don't know who's in the fucking wrong.
I mean, what Spike Lee said, apparently, from what I saw, because I was really interested to see what was going on. Apparently, there was like a new rule in effect or something like that, and then they didn't, like you said, they didn't contact him. But even then, how are you gonna tell Spike Lee to go leave and go take a different entrance? You know, like
Yeah. But why can't you just let Spike Lee, like
it's him. He's spending
Go
all that
to-
money. Like
just go, let him go through the
he's
VIP
gonna
entrance.
he's gonna go to where he usually like sits. Like it's not like he's gonna cause a ruckus. He's just gonna go to his seat.
I'm sure that Drake doesn't have to go through the fan entrance.
No, I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure he
And
goes
I'm sure
to the fucking locker room.
and I'm sure the Raptors know better than to freaking treat him like shit.
Exactly.
So
And that's what he was saying on First Take. He was like, "This doesn't happen to Drake. This didn't happen to Jack Nicholson. Shit like that." And
no,
it's
and
insane.
for the Knicks to say, "Oh, it's really disheartening." No, it's disheartening that your team's
For
shit.
drama.
No, your team's shit. No, and not only that, he's spending all that money to watch your team be shit,
Exactly.
and he's still supporting you. So, dude, come on.
Bro, and it's like, I don't understand why. And they're saying, "Oh, it's disheartening that Spike Lee would do this to cause drama." I don't think Spike Lee has really done stuff to get into the spotlight. Like, he's a celebrity and stuff, but has he done like dramatic shit that wasn't at a Knicks game?
I mean, this is a Spike Lee joint, bro.
But like, it's insane because they're basically saying, "Oh, you're doing all this shit to be like popular and to cause a scandal and stuff like that." But the only thing that Spike Lee has ever done that has boosted his popularity has been at Knicks games, and it's not like him
It's not
criticizing the organization. It's like just something crazy he does at the game, like supporting the Knicks.
It's
Like,
not.
he's never done like some fucking malicious shit to get like retweets.
No, and it's not even that. He doesn't need the popularity.
Yeah, he doesn't
because
care.
he
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not like a fucking Kardashian.
No, yeah, and like, if you really think that Spike Lee is gonna come here and start a ruckus to get some like clout or fame, I mean, bro, he's doing his own thing. Like, he doesn't need that.
Spike Lee doesn't care. Like, he likes the level of fame that he's at.
Yeah, like, to be quite honest with you, I have not seen Spike Lee like talk like in an interview for quite some time.
In a while, and it kind of sucks that he's like,
And this
and it's normally always that he talks, whether he pretty much is only in the limelight whether he has a movie coming out or if it's about the Knicks.
Yeah.
And the last time he was talking and stuff was when Black Klansman came out.
Great movie, by the way.
I didn't see it.
Fantastic.
But I want to see
you got to watch it. Great movie.
So Black Klansman, super popular movie, and it's definitely like the most popular thing recently about him because that was a Spike Lee joint, and he did like some media rounds and stuff. But now he's like in the limelight again for this like negative reason. The Knicks are like, I don't know, bro. Like the Knicks, like I said, like how to start it off, the Knicks made every mistake in the front office, in the court, everything. Now they just want to fuck up like fans, and like their visual image even more, which is pretty surprising. Like if you literally asked us last episode, is there anything else the Knicks can do to ruin their image? I would say no. I would have never thought they would decline fucking Spike Lee.
No, and it's like they're stupid because you guys are doing so bad. Like this is how I see it. Like you guys are doing so bad. Like if you know what Spike Lee is saying is true and they did that to him and all this stuff, you know, no one wants to go play for the Knicks. Like if you're gonna treat your super fan like that, just imagine the players.
Yeah.
That like just go like just start
exactly.
it there. Yeah.
Or like just regular fans or whatever. And I feel like it's also a part of it to play for the Knicks. Like, oh fuck, like Spike Lee is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Same with like the Lakers. Like I don't think Jack Nicholson still goes to the Laker games, does he?
I mean, pretty sure he does, but I mean, even then, like to your point, like
even then, it's like he's part of the history. No matter what, Spike Lee is part of Knicks history. Same way that Jack Nicholson is part of
Lakers
history.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing that like for the span of literally 20 years, Spike Lee sat there every fucking home game.
Even when they were getting destroyed, dude, he's loyal and like he said like he's still that kid that would sneak into the garden to watch games. Like
yeah,
like how are you gonna treat someone like with not I want like disrespect? I didn't want to say disrespect, but like just kind of like as just someone else.
Yeah. And I just don't get how I don't know, like the Knicks are just like so fucked up. Like how can they keep doing this? And that's why everyone's saying like, bro, James Dolan like needs to sell the team.
No, they need to get rid of James Dolan.
Exactly. Like they're saying like bro, like James Dolan has no reason to own the team. James Dolan has no reason to be like a part of the NBA and shit like that. And
he looks like a man child. Have you seen how he looks?
Bro, yeah, he looks crazy. And like he's been like pretty much crazy because even then, remember a couple of years ago they had the whole Charles Oakley.
No, yeah, I was gonna get to that. Yeah, like how are you gonna throw out your own player?
Dude, yeah, and then Charles Oakley also wasn't he, like he was a former player, but wasn't he also part of the front office or something?
I'm not sure, but I mean,
I'm gonna look that up.
I'm not sure, but I mean, that's like the Heat throwing out Chris Bosh or Dwayne Wade. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Charles Oakley thing was a little bit different. It was like a confrontation thing.
Yeah, it was a confrontational
but
thing.
Still.
But then it became a scandal because even after the fact, people were saying how like the Knicks were kind of starting stuff with him and like he wasn't the one kind of instigating issues and things like that. But
it kind of makes you think, do you think the Knicks are doing this for clout? Because if that's what if that's the case, they're doing a really bad job at it. Like that's the like you don't.
No, he was just a former player.
Yeah, but like if that's the case, like they're still failing in that aspect because like you're already at rock bottom. How much more rock bottom can you get? Like they've reached it.
Dude, I don't know. I don't get it. Dude, like with fucking you hire or you sign 8 fucking power forwards. You don't really play your top draft pick that much. And your top draft pick is also kind of the same play style as the other fucking people. You fire the president thinking you're going to get Masai Ujiri.
Which I don't even think after this point, I don't
know.
I wouldn't say
he might. I have a feeling he might, but it's still a fucking stretch. But just because you signed a fucking GM doesn't mean your team's gonna turn around. You trade away Marcus Morris, who is the only player on the roster that said, "I want to be here."
The savior.
The savior.
Now he's going to the Clippers.
He's pretty much the best player on the team. Him and Julius Randle. Well, now he's not on the team anymore, but him and Julius Randle were the best players on the team. And he's the only one that said, I want to stay on the Knicks. I am the Knicks. Like, I want to stay here. I want to help this team build. And they said, oh, okay. We're going to trade you. So they did that. Now they do this thing with Spike Lee. It's just like fucking, it's ridiculous.
It's a dumpster fire.
It's ridiculous how they're doing all this shit. And it's like, none of this stuff makes sense. And it's definitely going to hurt their it's for sure going to hurt the free agency odds. The only thing that's going to help them this free agency is the fact that there's not that many free agents in general. So maybe if people are looking to go to a different situation, to a different place, then maybe like the Knicks will be kind of attractive because the Knicks have all the cap space. They need a star. If they find another desperate player, maybe they're willing. Maybe they'll a free agent this year will be willing to take a chance on the Knicks. But no one's gonna want to go to an organization like that treats their fans that way, that treats their star players that way, or that treats their organization that way. Like they're so disorganized. Oh, and they fire Fizdale,
Our boy.
our boy.
I mean, good for him. I mean, it's shitty that he
I'm
got
glad
fired.
that he's able to go somewhere else, but like
Yeah.
he got fired. Like he wasn't able to have his first time coaching. Like not his first time, but
Yeah.
he wasn't able to like really have like he wasn't able to prove himself.
Not that there's not much to prove on.
So it's just like endless fucking bad decisions
Yeah.
from the Knicks end. It's just ridiculous.
Anyways, on to better things. So
The Rockets, bro.
okay, so at the beginning of the season, I had them as a contender. You know, they were essentially they had a rocky start. You know,
Yeah.
they weren't really
They did.
they weren't really playing to what I thought they would be. And I mean, especially after the whole Clint Capella and them going small ball, I'm like, damn, this is just gonna be hell. This isn't gonna work out. Let me just tell you, since that, like, you know, in their last 10 games, they're 7-3.
I saw that Russell Westbrook has been
No, yeah,
lighting it up.
Russell Westbrook has been just balling out. James Harden doesn't seem like the annoying James Harden of old. I mean, yeah, he could be, but he just isn't as, you know, he's not a nuisance like how I thought he would be. And whenever they lose, it always seems to be by like a possession. So they're doing something right. And honestly,
It's close games and like
yeah, I mean, except, you know, for that game against the Suns, I don't know what happened there. But, you know, that's besides the point.
The thing is that my problem with the Rockets is pretty much Mike D'Antoni, like their play style. Like they're just going straight up for 3-pointers and shit like that. Like, do you think they'll be able to keep up with this momentum?
No, that's what I was gonna get to. In the playoffs, you know, obviously the playoffs are a different animal, but they've been proving they have a huge turnaround, and if they could get that momentum going into the playoffs, they could possibly ruin our dream conference finals of
Dude.
LA versus LA.
I think no matter what, at least one of the LA teams is going to the conference finals. But I think both of them are going to be the ones that are going to go. But I think in the playoffs, defense really matters, and the Rockets just don't have that.
Yeah.
And you know, you can only win by that's pretty much how that's kind of like the equation that the Warriors had, right?
Yeah.
They were beating everybody because they were video on my phone. They were beating everybody because they were outscoring them, but also because they were holding them down defensively.
Yeah.
So in the time, pretty much, I think the Warriors team in 2014, so before they went to the finals, that like the Warriors team before the Heat, or before LeBron left the Heat, that type of era, I think the Rockets are that type of team now. They don't have the defense, but they have that explosive offense. They have that new offensive scheme, or that updated offensive scheme that's going to throw other teams off. They're not going to be able to keep up with them. And they're going to use that to kind of differentiate themselves from the rest of the competition, right? So that's what the Warriors did in 2015. They didn't become the star players until obviously everyone was healthy. They got a couple more additions, aka like Andre Iguodala, Sean Livingston, and stuff like that. Even though like they had to add other pieces throughout the years, but their offense was always like straight 3-pointers, quick offense, the same as Mike D'Antoni. But what made them the championship team is that they had a defense. Klay Thompson upped his defense. Stephen Curry became an MVP player and upped his defense. Draymond Green became a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, Defensive Player of the Year like star. He became a stat sheet stuffer, and then they had all these other players. You know, Andre Iguodala was a crazy defensive force, crazy sixth man. Sean Livingston was a dead eye from fucking mid range, like for those 4 years. Maybe for the first 3 years. Any shot that Sean Livingston took, he made it from mid range. Remember, like he was shooting like 80% from the field. But they needed that defense, and that's what I think the Rockets are at now. Rockets were kind of having like rumors of, I don't know, like They weren't too sure about Clint Capella. They were thinking about trading him to the like shit fucking happens. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know what they're gonna do. Like Clint Capella's not there anymore, and I don't know. Like they're just going all fucking in on this 3-point barrage and having PJ Tucker start at center, and I mean it's
working.
It's working.
But like that's the thing.
But
like,
I don't know. Like
in a 7, you're right. Like I see your point. Like in a 7-game series, a team can easily figure you out.
Yeah.
Like in the regular season, you're going from team to team to team, so it's not like, you're just going against different teams and they're unprepared. But if you go against a good coach, a good team in the playoffs, especially in the West,
that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, especially in the West, like you have a point. Like it could be a problem, but I mean, they, like you said, they seem pretty hopeful. That it could work.
And what I think is that, they're going all this small ball and they don't have defense, but just because you win games doesn't necessarily mean you play good basketball, right?
Yeah.
So just look at it. They lost to the Knicks on Monday by 2.
Yeah.
If you look at the rest of their titles, like, yeah, they won, but they faced Memphis, Golden State, the Knicks. They beat Boston twice. They beat Utah, but those aren't like top tier teams. Boston is.
Yeah, Boston.
But Boston is a top tier team, but Utah is kind of like mid tier in the West, maybe kind of mid tier, top tier in the East, and just because people can't keep up with you offensively doesn't mean that they won't catch up to you.
Yeah.
So in the playoffs, yeah, you can shoot all these threes, but if you really look at deep into their stats, the Rockets are number 1 in points scored, but they're literally 29th in assists. So they're scoring the most, but they're passing the least.
Yeah.
They're top 10 in block shots, which is good, but in 3-pointers are second. I mean, and also in 3-pointers are second, but in the assist to turnover, they're 27th. They're in the second half in the league in turnovers. So there's a lot of like ups, and there's also a lot of downs about their stats and like the analytics in their team. But I don't know, dude. Like, I just think that if you have a team that plays great perimeter defense and Russell Westbrook just has an off night or James Harden just has an off night, that's a lot of room for failure for them.
And if the playoffs started today, they would be going against the Jazz.
So,
yeah.
Defensively, they're pretty much fucked. You know what I mean? And they don't have, I mean, what do you think Rudy Gobert's going to do?
He's going to abuse
whatever
him.
he wants. Like, anything in the paint. And that's my problem, you know what I mean? Like, I know that, and I'm really surprised that they got rid of Clint Capella. He was such a fucking hardcore part of
like what they were
of like their team, you know what I mean? Like, he was drafted by them, and he was playing like a huge role he literally like worked his way up. He's pretty much the reason they pretty much took a chance on him to get rid of Dwight Howard. And it's just crazy how he was pretty much like the defensive molding for that team, and now they don't have him. And like you said, they might face the Jazz. What seed are they
right now?
Are the Rockets? Like, is that like a 4-5 situation or?
Yeah, they're 4 right now.
So I mean, that can change. Maybe they won't face the Rockets because if you're 4-5, but it's pretty safe because if they're just fighting with each other, if they switch spots with each other, they're still gonna face each other because they're in the middle of the pack. But I don't know, man. Just that defense worries me.
Well, on to other news,
dude. So what I want to talk about.
What we want to talk about.
So you said that you think, like we were talking about the Rockets, and you were saying that you have high hopes for the Rockets and their offense, and that they might disrupt our Western Conference Finals hopes.
Now over in the East. Not being biased, it's just I see what I see.
It's just proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
Proof is in the pudding. I'm gonna rattle off some facts for you guys. Okay. The best record in the NBA is the Milwaukee Bucks.
And honestly,
they've only lost 9 games this year. They're 52-9.
Making history.
They're the only team that has a clinched playoff spot right now. So if they go defeated, if they don't win one more game this year, they're going to the playoffs. No matter what. They're the only team right now that has a playoff berth. That has clinched a playoff berth. The Heat beat the Bucks 105-89. The Miami Heat. The Heat are 2-0 against the Bucks. They play the Bucks 3 times every year. We play them again on March 16th. So, in 2 weeks. Or next week. 2 weeks. And we're 2-0. We've beat them both times. We held Giannis to 13 points, and he had a negative 16. Plus or minus. He had a negative 16 for the game. And so did most of their players. Although he got 15 rebounds because he was crazy on the board. The Bucks shot 20.6% from 3 and only 40.7% from the field. And everybody on the Heat was positive in the plus or minus. Nobody had a negative impact on the game. Everybody was positive. And we out-assisted the Bucks 28-19. I don't know what the fuck, but I think that the Miami Heat now, with the addition of Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala and Solomon Hill, Iguodala and Crowder are, I think, that missing piece that we were talking about before the trade deadline.
Can I say something?
Say it.
Jimmy Butler, 18 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists. Adebayo, 14 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists. We got Kendrick Nunn, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Dragic, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Like,
It's ridiculous.
Jay Crowder, 18 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists.
Everybody was in double digits.
Kelly Olynyk, 11. Like, everyone was just lining it up that day.
Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you what we are?
What?
We are the 2014 Spurs, but younger. We're the 2014 Spurs, but we're exciting. We're sharing the ball.
Yeah.
We're playing fundamentals, but we're not playing boring fundamentals. We're playing, defensive fundamentals. Offensive fundamentals in terms of not, everyone run this play. We're new age fundamentals where, we're improvising. We're running it fast. We have grit. We're posting up. We're driving it in, but we're spacing out the floor. We have 3-point shooters, so we're not worried. We got Bam Adebayo, we're not worried. We got shooters on the wings, we're not worried. Jimmy Butler can knock it down from mid-range, we're not worried. We are playing fundamental basketball that's working. It's efficient. It's foolproof. But we're exciting to watch. We have a young team. We're playing the style of basketball that I've been dying for us to play for years. We couldn't play because we had Wade and LeBron and Bosh, and they kind of played a slower game. But now we have this young core that we're able to do it. And Eric Spoelstra is proving that he's, a legendary coach. He's a Hall of Fame caliber coach. You're seeing that he's smart. He knows what he's doing. He's able to play any play style. He's playing a different play style than he's normally used to. Normally used to coaching. But I don't know, like the Heat. I think the Heat are really going to disrupt the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they definitely have a chance now to, everything I said in the other podcast was obviously like as Heat fans.
Yeah.
But now I genuinely think that we have those missing pieces that we were talking about. I thought it was going to come in a point guard, but maybe the missing piece wasn't we need more playmaking or assisting. Maybe it was we need 2 more wing guys. We need better contracts. And we need to get rid of some bad blood, a.k.a. Dion fucking Waiters. And we need to have these guys that are going to come in and that are Swiss Army knives, that they could do anything. Mm-hmm. Because Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala have, like we said, very similar play styles. 3-and-D guys. Shoot the 3, shoot the mid-range shot, drive it in, play on the corners, be wing players, disrupt the defense, disrupt the inside defense, perimeter defense, everything. And with those types of players, with that type of team, Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala is obviously a great answer for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, the first matchup we did against the Bucks, we didn't have Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala, but we still beat them. I think our new age style offense, our grit and fucking hardcore defense, and the fact that we just have, we're out coaching them, we're out playing them, we're playing at a much faster rate than the Bucks. Dude, I think we have a chance to give them hell in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think we might have a chance to fucking go to the finals.
And we haven't played Tyler Hero. He didn't play. We haven't been playing him for a while because he's been injured. So imagine when he comes back.
Just imagine. So that's just another guy to throw open shots to.
And he's been
to throw catch and shoot shots to.
No, exactly. So that just adds another piece. And I like obviously I try to be as realistic as possible because it's the Heat and I don't want to seem too biased, but I mean we've been kicking ass. I mean we have been struggling a bit. We have been.
Yeah, but
But
now
to go against
after
but to go against the Bucks and win by that much, I mean people can say, "Oh, well, good teams have bad games," which is true. I mean, that happens. But I mean,
it's
what do you say to that? Like there's no excuse like we won.
yeah, and the Bucks had everyone on their roster healthy. We were missing Tyler Hero, but that's it. So we pretty much had a big team. We pretty much had our whole roster. They had their whole roster, and we just outplayed them. That's it. It's plain and simple. We there's just something about the Miami defense that's amazing. I fucking love it. But we're able to our zone defense, which I don't know a lot about, but like our zone defense is stopping Giannis. It's stopping the 76ers. You know, something's fucking working defensively and offensively, and it's just insane to see like how we had like such a, I mean, we talk about it every fucking episode, but like no one expected it and stuff like that. But I really think that now we have, like you said, like how Tyler Hero isn't playing but we still beat them. Just imagine we're completely healthy. It's not like there were situations I was like, oh, but two guys were out, Giannis was sick, oh, like something had happened, oh, they came off a road game or like a long road trip. No, like none of that stuff like happened. They had everybody healthy, they played, we just outplayed them, plain and simple.
I'm really excited to see what they could do in the playoffs in a 7-game series.
Me
because,
too.
Because I feel like, especially with a coach like Eric Spoelstra who's been to the finals, who's been in tight situations, it's gonna really show. When it really counts.
Exactly, and I think that a lot of our games, we end very close, right? And I generally think that if we had, let's say, if I always said, we need those key player, we need one more key player, we need a decision maker. We now know that it's Crowder and Iguodala. If we had them in the beginning of the season, I'm pretty sure we would be up there with the Bucks. I think record wise, because there's a lot of games we lost by one possession. A lot of games that we lost by literally by just one possession or two possessions. We've played, I think, the most overtime games this year. And if we had those other players, it just proves how good of a team we are now. We just didn't have them before, so the record doesn't reflect it.
No, and I feel like a lot of people, when the trade deadline happened, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, we got Andre Iguodala," but I think the diamond in the rough here is Jay Crowder.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a younger player. He's a younger player, and he's the same. He's exactly just like Andre Iguodala. No matter what we get, whatever we, people were excited to get Andre Iguodala because he's like the bigger name. He's a former champion, 6-man. He's a crazy 6-man NBA Finals MVP. So everyone was excited about that. Me too.
Yeah.
But I was a huge fan of Jay Crowder also when he was on the Celtics. Whatever you were excited about getting from Andre Iguodala, you're getting a double because you're getting from him and from Jay Crowder, which is fucking perfect.
Imagine we got Gallinari.
I'm glad we didn't.
Yeah.
Like if we would have gotten them and Gallinari, fuck. I mean, what I'm scared of is what we would have had to have given up.
Yeah.
Cause I'm all for balls to the wall. Let's do this shit. But the Heat are in a really good fucking place right now. So I'm glad that it didn't turn into like a 3-team trade that we got Gallinari. I'm glad that we got only Jay Crowder and Iguodala. I feel like it mixed things up enough to win more, and it solved our problems. But it wasn't. I think it was a big enough of a risk to improve the team, but not too big to completely destroy it. I feel like with Gallinari, there would have been so much more risk of it not working out, because then that's 2 new players, and then Gallinari would have been a pretty big name on the team. He would have been like kind of up there with Bam and Jimmy Butler because he's a great player and kind of like a bigger name now. So I think it kind of would have been like team chemistry issues would have happened and stuff. Whereas people like Jay Crowder and Andre Iguodala, they understand like, this isn't our team. We're here to win, but we're here to do whatever we can to like contribute to the team and stuff like that. I feel like with Gallinari, even though he's a quieter player and he doesn't have that type of reputation, I feel like just offensively and like sharing the ball would have been a lot harder, and especially like minute wise, I feel like it would have been even harder for Eric Spoelstra also. But dude, I mean, beating the Bucks, holding down Giannis, I think I think right now people should be more scared of us than they are of the 76ers.
I mean, no shit.
No, yeah, but like I mean, like I think, like 76ers, Ben Simmons got injured and Joel Embiid was injured and now he kind of got hurt again. They're just proving that they don't have the team chemistry and stuff like that, and we're kind of the complete opposite of them. They have two superstar players. We have two star caliber players that are not superstars. Jimmy Butler's a superstar, but he is like on the older side, and this isn't his team. Like, it's his first year. Bam Adebayo is a young superstar that he's coming up, and he's not really have the title yet. We have amazing team chemistry that nobody expected. 76ers are having team chemistry issues that people kind of expected, but that are taking such a huge toll, like are taking a really big toll on the team that people weren't expecting. We have an insane defense that that everyone expected, that was amazing, but the 76ers are proving that they don't have that much to kind of show defensively. Same thing with offensively. So it's just, I'm glad that we're in the position we're in, and I think we're really going to go far. And like, the only hurdle in the East really is the 76ers,
the Celtics,
and the Raptors. And the Bucks. So like the four of them.
I don't know, like for some reason I'm not really too worried about the Sixers. I mean,
exactly. So like, I think for us, no matter what, I think we can beat the Raptors easily, and I think we can beat the 76ers easily. Bless you.
Thank you.
In a 7-game series. We only have to worry about the Celtics, which I think we can beat also, but I think that'll be a little bit dicier in the playoffs.
That would come down to, like, I mean, if we really did give it our all, that would probably come down to like the last game.
Yeah, like I think in a 7-game series, I think we can. For example, like what I'm saying is that Raptors and 76ers will beat them in 5. I think Celtics, I think, will be a 6 or 7-game series, but we'll still be able to beat them in that series, and then I think we'll be able to go to. I think after that, once you take care of everybody, the only obstacle is Giannis, and we've been proving that in the regular season we can beat them. Now,
history says that just because you beat them in the regular season doesn't mean
because
shit.
the Nets swept us during the regular season.
I remember,
and then we swept them in the playoffs. So I don't know, but it is different. We're not like fucking old guy team like the Nets, but
that's true.
Everything's looking the right way, and a lot of people are saying that the Heat are a dark horse for the finals.
Not now. Before they weren't saying that shit.
No, but Stephen A. Smith said that his dream. Well, he said his dream fucking finals would be Lakers and Heat, just because he wants to travel between Miami and LA. But he Stephen A. Smith is a big advocate for the Heat. He believes in them, and a lot of people are very surprised by us, so I'm fucking excited as fuck.
It's an exciting time to be a Heat fan.
It is.
So, there's that.
Now, it's also exciting time to be just a fucking basketball fan. So the other day, LeBron James said, "The league is in great hands after facing Zion Williamson."
I mean, it's true. I saw that game. That game was probably it was a straight up movie. Like Zion, everyone. I don't know. I feel like the Zion hate is just kind of ridiculous. A lot of people just are on the bandwagon of like, oh, like he's overweight, he can't move, this and that. But I mean, I've seen him play. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. His game speaks for himself. And yeah, like it's his first year. He came in the middle of the season, but like I've seen his games. He's a force, and he went toe to toe with LeBron, and like he's meant for this,
Yeah.
And it wasn't like
he's
he got
built for this shit.
Like he wasn't getting blown out by LeBron, which a lot of people probably were expecting or hoping because the hate. But he's proving that he can compete with the best of them. I mean, yeah, they're losing, but not by much. And at his age, at his bro, like
he's averaging 24 points a game. 24 points and 7 rebounds a game. His first year. Coming off, what was his injury?
I don't even remember, but
I think it was his was it like torn tendon or something like that, or
yes.
It was something like that.
Something like that.
Or meniscus tear or something. But dude, if he can stay healthy, I mean, and like you said, I was 100% one of those people that was saying, he's too big. I feel like he might be a bust. I hope he stays healthy. I hope that I'm definitely happy that the Pelicans are helping him out in terms of that they want him to be healthy. They're putting him on minutes restriction. They're making sure he doesn't overexert himself. They're they're making sure that they're taking the long term route with this. They're taking the Joel Embiid route, which they should. They're putting on minutes restriction and watching how much he plays and making sure they don't overwork him. And I'm loving it, dude. Like he's definitely proving to be kind of like Joel Embiid, because even when Joel Embiid was on the same thing as him, like on some minute restriction, he was averaging 24 points. The only difference is that Zion is playing 30 minutes a game, which is, in terms of minute restriction, that's not too restricting. I would feel more comfortable if he was playing like 25, 22 minutes a game. I remember when Joel Embiid was playing like 15 minutes a game, and he was averaging fucking 22 points a game and 8 rebounds on fucking 15 minutes. So, Zion, no matter what, Zion Williamson is playing like fucking crazy. Defensively, he's up there. He's proving that he can rebound with 7 rebounds. He needs to get better like in the interior defense, but like LeBron said, dude, like the fucking future of the league is in good hands. I mean, look at Luka, Trey.
Speaking of which, Zion and Luka play tonight, so that's gonna be a great game.
Dude, like it's just crazy to see like the new future of the NBA like start to grow. Everyone's like adapting. Like I remember when like we were talking about it before the pod, like James Harden on the Thunder. Like I never would have or like even like KD, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. They were just 3 young, crazy good rookies, like young players that were on the same team. They went to the finals, they lost or whatever, but they had such promise. And but you don't really think about it like in your head, like, bro. Like KD was already getting praised, saying like he was the next big player, and he obviously ended up being he's one of the best players in the world. But with James Harden and Russell Westbrook, people weren't really like, bro, James Harden's gonna be an MVP one day. Bro, Russell Westbrook's gonna tear it. He's gonna be an MVP one day and shit like that. And it's just crazy to see like it kind of just happens one day. Cause then, for me, I feel like for Russell Westbrook's story, it was like, okay, he was like the sidekick to the best player in the world. He's a fucking nasty player. He is one of the best point guards, but he's not like a superstar. He's just like he's a really good basketball player. And then he went on that tear of fucking averaging a triple double in a year. And
2 years in a row.
And 2 years in a row. And they were winning. They went to the playoffs and stuff like that, and they were doing decent. And then that's like kind of like what solidified him. But it's just so crazy because you don't like notice it happening. Same with James Harden. James Harden leaves the Thunder and becomes a bigger star than Russell Westbrook.
You know what's crazy? I remember like watching like a Golden State playoff game before they became a dynasty, and I never would have thought that team would have been what they were. Like
I remember being at my uncle's house, and we were watching a game. I think it was Warriors versus Knicks, and he goes, like, we were watching the game, and Stephen Curry was running up the ball, like running the ball up the court, and he goes, bro, this kid's like apparently like super good, like he's gonna be like he's the future of the NBA. And I was like, oh shit, oh really? Like I didn't really like pay attention to Stephen Curry at that time. I was only like fucking watching like Miami Heat basketball and stuff like that. Yeah. But like, and the Warriors weren't even good, so I was like the starting point guard on like some shitty team. Who gives a fuck? But he was like, this must have been like maybe 2012 or something. He was like, yeah, this kid's good. Like I think it was like his second year in the league, and he's a crazy shooter. Like he's whatever. Like he has a lot of potential, and fucking it's Stephen Curry, bro. The best 3-point shooter alive. Like I even remember like Stephen Curry, he was just a good 3-point shooter. Now he's Stephen Curry, you know what I mean? And it's just crazy to see like Trae Young kind of establishing himself. It's even crazier to see Luka doing it. Like Luka's his second year and he's already an MVP candidate. He's like up there in the MVP talks. Zion, that he's only played, just imagine like Trae Young and Luka are both 2-year players. But Zion is only played, even just watching John Morant. John Morant's 100% going to be Rookie of the Year this year. He's insane talent. He's explosive. He's a great playmaker. He's a great rebounder, defender, shooter, fucking everything. But right now we're just like, yeah, he's an insane rookie. But then next year he'll be a sophomore. And then he'll be an insane player. And then eventually he'll be like, no, bro, that's fucking John Morant. You know what I mean? It's like he's fucking the same way we talk about LeBron and Harden and stuff like that now, and it's just crazy to think like, this is the new generation. This is gonna be like for kids right now in elementary school, when they go to high school in 6 years. This group of rookies for us is going to be their group for us in high school, which was like LeBron, Bosh, Wade, Chris Paul, Melo, Blake Griffin, all these crazy great players that are like the top of the league. For us in high school, it's going to be these kids that are, when they go to high school in 6 years, it's going to be these people. It's going to be Trae Young, Luka Doncic, Zion. It's just crazy to think. Jason Tatum, like all these crazy young players that are so good. And it's exciting to see. Like imagine like, we only know a world of basketball with LeBron and, all these people, but one day it's going to end. It's ending little by little and we have like that new wave, but, it's just crazy to see how good these players are.
It's just really weird to witness because it's like...
Because like, I'm used to James Harden being the best shooting guard in the league.
No, and that's why like old heads are like, oh, Kobe, MJ, Bird, Magic, like, those were their LeBrons, those were their Wades, those were their, like, Chris Boshes,
Yeah.
And we're going to be saying the same shit, like, oh, like, these kids are going to be talking about, like, oh, John Moran and Zion. I'm like, oh, but you know nothing about...
You know nothing about that.
You know nothing about that, that Heat trio, like, we got to witness that. So, like, it's special because, like, not everyone gets to witness it, and we're lucky enough to, we got to witness something at a special time, at the perfect time, actually.
Yeah.
So... It's really exciting to see. It's really exciting to see. And, for John Morant, for being a rookie, he's playing, like, insane.
Yeah, and what's also crazy to think is not only how they're going to develop as players, but how they'll develop their own teams. Like, I mean, obviously it's early, but if the Hawks are going to get a title, Trae Young's their best bet. Mm-hmm. If the Grizzlies are going to get a title, John Morant's their best bet. Pelicans... Zion, you know what I mean? So these people are literally the future of their organizations.
And you know what's crazy? Like, at one point, like, who knows? Like, maybe some of these guys could even team up, and we don't even know that.
Yeah, we don't know if the
Zion,
Big Three Part 2 is gonna happen
like
again.
Like Zion and John Morant on the same team, like, bro, imagine that shit.
Just imagine like John Morant and Zion get together and they decide we're gonna play with Trae Young in Atlanta, and now Atlanta has the Big Three and they're the best team in the league.
Like, it could happen. Like, that's anything can happen at any time.
Or all three of them just leave all their teams and they go to another completely different fucking team.
And the whole, like, that's just the craziness
another
of the league.
Cultural shift in the league, yeah. So I'm excited, bro. That's like crazy shit that's gonna happen soon. And I'm excited for the new age of basketball. Like, seeing these people play, and I think it'll definitely become more athletic. With having, I'm definitely happy that Zion is in the picture because he's a big man. You always need like that guy that's gonna balance it out and add some fucking center and big man skills to it. Because I love like post scoring and hard knock basketball like that. But I think it's definitely gonna be more entertaining to watch because I already see it now. Like no matter what, I think Trae Young's doing that nutmeg like every fucking game now that he's going between people's legs. That's his thing now. No matter what. Like that's he's solidifying that, and that's gonna be that's already the new James Harden step back. Jamal Crawford shake and bake, fucking Dwayne Wade or Manu Ginobili Euro step. That's the new kind of crazy move now. It's gonna be the Trae Young dunk bank, and I'm fucking happy to see him like disrespecting and making fools out of these people.
Yeah, like, and who knows what could come from other players? Like that's the exciting thing. Like. Today, like, if we watch a game, something can happen. We have no idea. Like, that could just solidify the league for years to come, and we don't know it.
Yeah.
So, my main thing is just appreciate what you have now. Like, especially, like, LeBron, He's having an MVP caliber season. And, it's kind of...
old.
And it's crazy to say that, like, probably, like, in a year or two from now, like, or maybe 3 years from now, 4 years from now, he's gone.
He's gone. That's it.
Like... Wade, I'm still processing the whole Wade thing, and then when LeBron retires, that's when it's really gonna hit. Like, yeah, it's finally like that age of basketball is finally over because he's like the final piece.
Yeah,
to just go away.
And it's also like, I mean, I don't know how it was when Michael Jordan retired.
Yeah, because we
didn't like experience it, and I've never seen like a video, and also fucking Michael Jordan retired 3 fucking times, so there really is no. I think the closest resemblance to a legend retiring is Kobe.
Yeah, rest in peace, bro.
So yeah, dude. So, I mean, I think LeBron will do something like that. You know, I think what I think LeBron will do. Because he's not for sure not gonna retire this year.
No, of course not.
He's gonna play another 2 years at least. In those years that he retires, so let's say not this finals, after next finals.
I mean, if he gets there.
So in the 2022 finals, if he wins that title, I think he'll retire. Like, surprise. Like, he'll win the title and announce, thank you, everybody. Thank you, the game of basketball. I'm retiring. I think he'll do a surprise retirement. If he doesn't win the title, then I think 2023 will be his farewell year.
Smart.
I think that's what he'll do. He'll sign he'll sign 1 more year, and he'll stay with whatever team he's on. So it'll be the Lakers. I don't think he's not gonna go back to the fucking Cavs. Like, that'll be so fucking stupid. And he'll play like 1 more year there. He'll fucking ball out as a Laker. Do the same thing as Kobe. Have a farewell tour. And it'll be probably the best farewell tour, better than Dwayne's.
No, I think LeBron,
because he's fucking LeBron.
Like LeBron,
and it'll be a fucking event. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm even hesitant to say that he'll retire after winning a title as a surprise, because I'm sure that business wise,
that's not his style.
Yeah, it's not his style because he wants to make a show of it.
Exactly,
that's true. And I don't think the NBA will fucking let him. Because you know how much money the NBA can get from a LeBron James farewell tour?
Of course.
Just imagine how much money they got from a Kobe Bryant farewell tour.
No, but LeBron is like...
And Kobe's been... I don't want to fucking, I know, rest in peace, Kobe. But Kobe was not a good player his last 3 years.
I mean, he was coming off the injury.
He declined aggressively.
Yeah. Like, it was really... Like,
and the team was bad and everything. That is not going to happen to LeBron. It just won't.
Imagine a farewell tour going into the playoffs.
I mean, fuck. Like, he announces that.
I don't think that's ever happened.
Like, he'll announce that.
Like we know he's retiring, but like he goes to the playoffs regardless.
I don't think that's ever. That's true.
That's never happened.
To farewell, I think Kobe Bryant was the first person to even do a farewell tour.
Yeah.
That's true though. Yeah,
no one.
Wade or
Wade was on the cusp of going to the playoffs one last time.
Yeah, but
he didn't. But LeBron, I mean.
Damn, that's true. I don't know what would... I mean, and he would for sure go to the playoffs because it's fucking LeBron. I don't know. Unless something like... Because even then, like... So Kobe wasn't good his last couple years playing. And a big part of it is because he got injured. But also, before he even tore his Achilles, he was kind of like the Lakers were kind of digressing. He wasn't playing as good. I don't think it's going to happen to LeBron. I think LeBron will be the Vince Carter of the GOATs. That he knows that he needs to adapt and that he's not always going to average fucking 26 points a game. I think if let's say he does retire in 2023, because I'm just fucking throwing out numbers, right? Say he plays another 3 years. In 2023, I think he'll average 22 points a game, 24 points a game. But if he plays longer than that, I think he's smart enough to know I'm not going to play fucking 42 minutes a game. I'm not going to average 26 points a game. I'm not going to be getting a career high, which he's getting this year, fucking 10 assists a game in his fucking 16th year. I think he knows that he's going to be, okay, I'm going to be a second option, but I don't think he'll ever go under that. I think once he becomes past the second option, he'll retire. But just imagine seeing, I mean, I know that this segment's supposed to be about the future of the NBA. We're fucking talking about the old people and shit, but just imagine seeing like a healthy LeBron still playing, still balling out, hopefully playing with his son, because that would be fucking amazing. But LeBron's out there doing his thing, and he's still getting a cool fucking 18 points a game, 15 points a game. He's getting 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He's playing about 25 minutes a game. That would be amazing. I would love to see that. And hopefully he'll do that. I don't know if he will. I don't think he will, because he wants to, like, fucking, retire as the fucking MVP and shit like that. That's what everybody would want, like, for themselves. But it would be insane. It would be insane to see. And then just imagine seeing, like, okay, LeBron understands, it's time for these young kids to fucking go hardcore. And then he takes on that role of, I'm a second option, I'm a bench player, whatever. I'm just kind of cruising through the league. I'm enjoying the NBA. and then we get to see old LeBron. He's still playing, but then we still get to see Zion fucking poster whoever's in the league at the time. He's dominating the league. Trae Young is nutmegging fucking everybody. Like now, Trae Young's nutmeg is what James Harden's step back is. No one can stop it. He's averaging 30 points a fucking game. The Atlanta Hawks are one of the best teams in the league. Like that's insane. You know, Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis fucking tear up the league. They change the whole dynamic. It's just super exciting to see all these young, unique duos and young players and kind of the older players transition to whatever they'll become.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Like shit's always changing, and I'm like you said, I'm all here for it. Like it's like a new generation, you know.
Yeah.
It's like and LeBron said, the league is in good hands, and I really can't wait to see what the league. I mean, not even just. I mean, bro, even next year, like we have no idea. Because did we really think that Luka Doncic was gonna have such a great sophomore season? Did we really think that
exactly.
Jason Tatum was gonna have such a great sophomore season too? No, we didn't. So, no, I think Jason Tatum, this is third year, right? I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
So we don't know these things. So anything can happen, and you know that's just my like I said before, like just appreciate what's here now, and you know that's it. Enjoy it, because then the day after tomorrow, it's gone.
Yeah, and it's I don't know, bro. I'm just like I said, I'm super fucking excited to see like like just like LeBron said, the future of the NBA. Even with like new draft picks coming in and stuff like that, like it's you never know who the next person is gonna be. So yeah, I mean that wraps it up for episode 19. Thank you guys for listening. Like and subscribe. If you guys like the podcast, share us on social media. Give us 5 stars. That'll really help us out. Leave a review. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and theopenshot.com. Thanks, guys.